I just write stuff that's like challenging for me to play that I think sounds cool. Right. Why do I like playing death metal? Because it's the most brutal kind of music there is to play. Because it's a slap in the face to queer kind of music. That's why. It's brutal. It's the best kind of music there is. The chops, as far as the guitar playing goes, it's very challenging. And you can make it as hard or as difficult as you want. It's pretty much just open territory. Do whatever you want with it. We basically bring ideas into practice and start hashing them out with the drummer Paul, and you keep building on it like that, and then pretty soon you get a song.
Is it
I've always played Flying V's, and I think Flying V's are about as metal as you can get for a guitar. Difficult to track. Probably bent backwards and broken. That was a pretty hard one. It's hard because you gotta lay down 4 guitar tracks, and they all have to be exactly the same. And it's hard to do that. It is. I think it is. Lift weights, drink beer, shoot guns, play guitar. I play guitar for recreation. Yeah. I love playing guitar.
With this genre, with the death metal genre, it's all about intensity and trying to make every album you do or every album you make more intense than the last. So that's always fun. You're constantly pushing the envelope.
The only limitation about playing death metal is it has to be brutal.
The kind of people who get into death metal are the kind of people who want to push the envelope. The whole point of making a death metal band is to be faster and more brutal than the bands that you grew up listening to.
We still, of course, we always love Iron Maiden. We always love Judas Priest and all the old heavy metal bands and whatnot. But it had to be faster. It had to be more brutal.
We're just jamming for love of music and brutality and horror and just seeing what happens.
Decided instead of playing guitar I should play bass because I really liked the way basses sounded, and it seemed like it would be easier to start playing in a band right away, playing bass. The guitar players were always doing these incredibly difficult leads and everything, and to me it seemed like, oh God, it'd take me 10 years before I'd be good enough to play in a band. But I listened to the bass players, and it seemed like they were doing something that I loved how it sounded, and it seemed like it would be easier to start playing right away. And within a year I was playing in a band. I mean, the death metal scene, regardless of its popularity today, is better than it's ever been musically. It's never been better. That's if the biggest death metal band was only selling 500 albums worldwide, it would not change the fact that the music has never been better than it is right now. This kind of music helps people get through negative things. I mean, you're turning something negative into something positive by making it into music instead of actually going out and doing something violent. Use it to write a story about something negative, rather than actually, let the negativity in your life devour you. It's better to get it out through art and music and other things like that. There's plenty of ways to turn things around. And that was what death metal did for me when I listened to it. It got me through a lot of negative things in my life. It was always there for me. It's like the things that we sing about, the songs, they're all incredibly brutal and negative. We want everything in this band to be brutal and negative, really. And that might sound strange to the average person, but it's what we want. That's the way to make it effective death metal. And it's the way to, effectively capture the emotion that we're going for. I mean, if you're going to make music that sounds aggressive and hateful, then it follows the lyrics should also be aggressive and hateful. It makes complete sense to me. And if it's something that is about something negative, but it makes you feel good when you're done listening to it, and no one's been harmed by doing that, then there's nothing wrong with it at all. That's why we've always... we're not too surprised that people want to censor us, because most of the people who are in political offices when they were teenagers, Elvis was being censored for moving his hips around on Ed Sullivan's show. So what are they people who grew up with that, what are they going to think about a band that sings about eating people?